Most men think women hide their attraction, but the truth is, a woman who's genuinely interested in getting physically close to you will always reveal it through unmistakable signals. The problem is that many men misread these signs or overlook them entirely. Today, I'll break down the three clearest indicators that a woman is not just attracted to you, but is intentionally moving the interaction toward intimacy. Pay attention. These signs are subtle, but once you understand them, you'll never miss them again. When a woman develops a strong physical attraction towards someone, her body often communicates it long before her words do. Body language is one of the most instinctive forms of expression, and for many women, it becomes the clearest indicator of desire. One of the first signs you'll notice is her tendency to reduce physical distance. Even in group settings, she will naturally drift closer to you without making it obvious. She might sit next to you when other seats are available, choose to stand near you during conversations, or find reasons to lean in as you talk. This closeness is rarely accidental. It's her way of testing whether you're comfortable with her presence while also signaling her openness to deeper intimacy. Another strong indicator is her use of touch. Women who are interested in getting closer physically often initiate small, seemingly harmless touches that carry far more meaning beneath the surface. This might include lightly brushing your arm while laughing, fixing something on your shirt, placing her hand on your back while passing behind you, or tapping your hand during a conversation. These gestures may appear subtle, but they are a direct expression of comfort and attraction. She uses touch to gauge your reaction, whether you withdraw, remain neutral, or respond with equal warmth. If she continues to initiate touch after seeing your positive reaction, it's a clear sign she feels safe, connected, and drawn to you physically. Mirroring is another powerful signal. When a woman is attracted, she unconsciously aligns her body position, posture, or gestures with yours. If you lean back, she might do the same. If you fold your arms, she may mirror the movement. This isn't manipulation. It's a natural psychological response rooted in rapport and connection. Mirroring indicates that she is tuned into your presence and deeply engaged with you. It shows she is emotionally and physically synchronized with the interaction, which is often an unspoken step toward intimacy. Her facial expressions also reveal her interest. She may maintain eye contact longer than usual or look at you with a softness that's noticeably different from how she looks at others. She might glance at your lips while you're speaking, smile more frequently, or show a playful smirk when the conversation becomes more personal. These expressions are her way of inviting a deeper connection without saying anything directly. In moments of silence, she may continue looking at you instead of breaking eye contact. This is often one of the strongest silent indicators of desire. Watch also how she positions her body when you're interacting. A woman who is physically interested will keep her body open rather than closed off. Her feet might point toward you, her shoulders may face your direction, and she avoids crossing her arms tightly or turning away. Open posture signals comfort, trust, and readiness for closeness. If she plays with her hair, touches her neck, or adjusts her clothing while interacting with you, these gestures can indicate nervous excitement, a physiological response to someone she's attracted to. A woman also removes barriers when she's interested. If she moves objects like bags, pillows, or cups out of the space between you, she is physically clearing the path for connection. She creates an unobstructed line between the two of you, which is another subconscious cue of attraction and intention. When a woman becomes genuinely interested in a man on a physical and emotional level, one of the strongest indicators is the change in how she communicates. Her tone, her choice of topics, and even the rhythm of her conversation begins shifting toward deeper intimacy. This usually happens gradually, but the difference is noticeable once you know what to look for. Instead of keeping the interaction surface level or generic, she begins engaging you in conversations that reveal her personal world, her thoughts, her desires, her insecurities, and her emotional needs. This opening up is not random, it is a strategic and instinctive step toward closeness. A woman who feels drawn to you will often start sharing stories that carry emotional weight. She may talk about her past relationships, her fears, her dreams, or moments from her life that she wouldn't typically reveal to someone she has no interest in. This vulnerability is her way of assessing whether you can hold emotional space for her. Women rarely expose their inner world to someone they do not trust or feel connected to. By revealing personal details, she is quietly inviting you into a more intimate dynamic, one that extends beyond casual discussion. The tone of your conversations may also take a more playful or suggestive turn. This doesn't always mean direct flirtation. Sometimes it appears in the form of teasing, jokes with double meanings, or reactions that suggest she is comfortable exploring topics close to attraction. She may give you compliments that border on personal, not just "you're funny," but "I like how confident you are," or "there's something different about you." These statements are attempts to build a bridge between emotional and physical attraction. Through these subtle cues, she reveals that she sees you in a way that goes beyond simple admiration. Pay attention to how she responds to your own stories as well. A woman who desires closeness listens with intention. She asks follow-up questions, remembers small details you mentioned weeks ago, and shows genuine curiosity about your life. Her interest is not forced, it flows naturally because she is invested in understanding you, not just on the surface, but on a deeper level. She wants to know what motivates you, what scares you, and what makes you feel alive. This emotional engagement is one of the strongest precursors to physical intimacy because for many women, emotional connection and physical desire are intertwined. Another sign to observe is her comfort with discussing topics that involve attraction, relationships, or physical chemistry. She may ask about your type, your dating life, or your experiences in a way that feels more personal than casual. This is her way of testing compatibility and understanding your boundaries. If she moves the conversation towards subjects that hint at desire or intimacy, she is gauging how comfortable you are with such themes. This isn't accidental, it's a deliberate effort to create a space where flirtation can unfold naturally. You may also notice that her voice changes when conversations deepen. She might speak in a softer tone, slow down her speech, or maintain longer pauses, allowing emotional tension to build. She could hold eye contact longer during more personal topics, using silence as a tool to strengthen the connection. This shift in communication style is her unspoken way of showing that she feels safe expressing her authentic self around you. Finally, her emotional openness comes with a sense of trust. She starts confiding in you when she's stressed, asking for your perspective, or turning to you for reassurance. This emotional reliance signals that she sees you as someone meaningful, someone she can be honest with without fear of judgment. The more she lets you into her inner world, the clearer it becomes that her feelings are deepening, and with that deepening comes a readiness for closeness that goes beyond just conversation. One of the clearest signs that a woman is interested in taking your connection to a more intimate level is her effort to create private time with you. Women who are drawn to someone physically and emotionally often avoid keeping interactions strictly in group settings. They seek opportunities where the focus can be solely on the two of you because private interactions allow for deeper connection and more personal communication. This tendency is rarely accidental. It reflects a conscious or subconscious desire to move closer, to see how you respond when distractions are removed, and to gauge mutual interest in a more personal environment. This behavior can appear in multiple ways. She might suggest grabbing coffee, going for a walk, or meeting somewhere just the two of you, even when group activities are available. These suggestions are not necessarily framed as romantic. They can seem casual, but the underlying motive is to extend the interaction beyond what is possible in public or crowded settings. She may also find reasons to linger longer when you're already together, such as extending a conversation, asking to accompany you somewhere, or creating small excuses to delay parting ways. Each of these actions reflects a desire to maximize your shared time and to create situations where closeness can naturally develop. Another indicator is how she positions herself during group events. Even when surrounded by others, she may subtly prioritize you, moving closer to you, engaging more deeply in conversation, and subtly isolating the two of you through body language or seating choices. For example, she might sit next to you at a table while others spread out, or engage in a side conversation that naturally excludes the rest of the group. These actions are strategic, though often subconscious, and they signal that she wants the focus to remain on your interaction rather than on social surroundings. Women who want to escalate physical or emotional closeness are also likely to suggest spontaneous one-on-one plans. She might say something like, "I want to show you something," or "Do you want to come with me?" These invitations are subtle tests of your willingness to be alone with her and indicate that she sees value in spending time exclusively with you. The context of these plans may appear casual, a trip to a store, a walk in the park, or a short errand, but the intention behind them is often more intimate. She is creating a safe space where flirtation, emotional sharing, or physical signals can occur without interference. You may also notice that she takes initiative in communication to coordinate these private encounters. She could text or call more frequently, check in to confirm plans, or suggest follow-up activities after a meeting. This proactive behavior demonstrates her investment in maintaining a connection that goes beyond casual acquaintance. The more effort she puts into arranging one-on-one time, the clearer it becomes that she wants to move the relationship towards something more personal and possibly physical. Another subtle sign is her persistence when plans don't work out. If a proposed meeting is cancelled or delayed, she often reschedules quickly rather than letting the interaction lapse. This reflects her desire to maintain continuity and to ensure that opportunities for private connection are not missed. Unlike casual acquaintances who may treat cancellations indifferently, she actively seeks to find a new time to meet, demonstrating that spending time alone with you is a priority. Finally, a woman who wants closeness will also pay attention to the quality of these one-on-one moments. She will try to make the environment comfortable, engaging, and conducive to extended interaction. This might include choosing quiet places, arranging activities that encourage conversation, or being fully present during your time together. These efforts reveal her genuine interest in creating moments where intimacy, both emotional and physical, can naturally emerge. Eye contact is one of the most primal and instinctive ways humans communicate attraction, and women often use it as a subtle yet powerful tool to express interest. When a woman is physically and emotionally drawn to someone, her gaze tends to carry intention rather than being random or casual. One of the first things you may notice is the depth of her eye contact. Unlike fleeting glances or polite acknowledgement, a woman who is interested will maintain longer, more focused eye contact. She looks at you in a way that seems to convey curiosity, appreciation, or desire, and her eyes often reflect her emotional state, warmth, intrigue, or playful intent. This form of communication is instinctive. It's a way to connect without speaking and to signal attraction subtly. Lingering glances are another clear indicator. If you catch her looking at you repeatedly, sometimes from across the room, or holding eye contact slightly longer than necessary during a conversation, she is likely signaling more than just attentiveness. These moments are intentional pauses where she's testing your response and gauging whether the attention is reciprocated. Women often use these lingering looks as a silent invitation, assessing whether you are comfortable with her presence and whether you respond with similar interest. When her gaze meets yours and she smiles or slightly tilts her head, it adds an extra layer of intimacy, turning a simple glance into a clear signal of attraction. Another aspect to observe is how her pupils and focus change when she looks at you. While subtle, when someone is attracted, their eyes may appear more dilated and their attention is clearly centered on you rather than being distracted by surroundings. She may follow your movements with her gaze, unconsciously tracking you as a way to maintain connection. Even when she's speaking to others, her eyes might return to you, creating repeated moments of silent attention that reveal her interest. This behavior is rarely accidental. It demonstrates that she is mentally and emotionally engaged with you in a way that goes beyond casual friendliness. Women also use eye contact to check you out without overtly signaling desire. For example, she might glance at your facial features, your posture, or your hands during conversation, often returning to your eyes afterward. This subtle scanning is a natural human response to attraction and serves as a non-verbal way to evaluate compatibility, physical appeal, and your responsiveness. These moments of observation can feel almost imperceptible, but they are a consistent form of communication that signals interest without breaking social boundaries. The combination of eye contact with other micro-expressions intensifies the signal. A soft smile, slightly raised eyebrows, or a playful smirk while holding your gaze communicates approachability and flirtation simultaneously. Women often pair these cues with changes in their facial expressions to indicate that they are emotionally and physically open to connection. These subtle cues work together to create a sense of intimacy, even in situations where overt conversation about attraction has not occurred. Eye contact is also used strategically during conversation to test boundaries. She may hold your gaze longer during moments that are more personal, flirty, or vulnerable, observing how you respond. If you reciprocate her gaze or react positively, she interprets this as encouragement and may gradually increase the intensity of her attention. This form of communication is highly adaptive, allowing her to gauge your comfort level while expressing her interest simultaneously. It's a silent negotiation of emotional and physical boundaries that often precedes more direct forms of intimacy. Finally, a woman who is interested will often combine eye contact with body orientation and subtle gestures. She may lean slightly forward, angle her shoulders toward you, or adjust her position to stay within your line of sight. This alignment enhances the effect of her gaze, creating a full body signal of attraction that reinforces the message conveyed through her eyes alone. One of the most telling signs that a woman is interested in taking the connection to a more intimate level is her effort to remove barriers between herself and you. Attraction often drives a desire for closeness, and women naturally eliminate both physical and psychological obstacles to create a sense of intimacy. Physically, this can be seen in the way she positions herself around you. She might choose to sit closer than necessary, shift her body to face you directly, or remove objects that separate you, such as bags, jackets, or coffee cups. These movements are subtle but deliberate, signaling that she wants proximity and that she is comfortable being close to you. Physical closeness is often paired with gestures that increase a sense of shared space. For example, she may lean in slightly during conversations, touch her own hair or neck while facing you, or adjust her posture to create a more open, inviting presence. These actions are not random. They are instinctive cues that she wants you to feel her presence more acutely and to recognize her interest. When a woman repeatedly removes physical barriers or chooses seating arrangements that allow for easy closeness, it's an indication that she is consciously creating an environment conducive to connection. Psychological barriers are equally important. A woman who is interested will often share personal thoughts, feelings, or fantasies in ways she might not with casual acquaintances. She may discuss her dreams, hopes, or vulnerabilities, creating a space where emotional intimacy can flourish. Opening up in this way reduces psychological distance and signals trust. It's her way of letting you in, allowing you to see layers of herself that she normally keeps private. This form of communication serves to deepen the bond, making the interaction feel more personal and meaningful. In conversations, she may intentionally steer topics towards subjects that involve emotion, desire, or self-reflection. She tests comfort levels by observing how you respond to her openness and whether you engage reciprocally. By sharing personal anecdotes, preferences, or even flirtatious ideas, she removes the barriers that might otherwise maintain a purely platonic dynamic. The more she exposes her inner world, the more she signals her interest in intimacy, both emotional and physical. Another subtle way she removes barriers is through touch that feels natural and unforced. Casual gestures such as brushing your arm, adjusting your clothing, or playful nudges can break down physical distance while simultaneously communicating comfort and attraction. These touches often occur in conjunction with her body positioning and eye contact, reinforcing the overall message that she wants to be closer to you. They are physical manifestations of her desire to connect on a deeper level. Women who are interested also engage in behaviors that make communication easier and more personal. She may lower her voice slightly, creating a sense of private conversation even in public spaces. She might move to quieter areas or adjust her environment so the two of you can interact more freely. These deliberate actions indicate that she values the interaction and wants to remove obstacles that could hinder connection. Finally, removing barriers extends to consistency and follow-through. She ensures that interactions continue smoothly and naturally, avoiding interruptions or distractions that could pull attention away from the connection. By creating space, both physically and emotionally, she signals that she is invested in building intimacy. Every subtle shift, from leaning closer to sharing a personal story, is designed to bridge the gap and invite a deeper connection that goes beyond casual interaction. A woman who is genuinely interested in you will demonstrate it through the way she communicates, especially in her responsiveness and engagement. One of the most noticeable signs is the speed and attentiveness of her replies. Whether in person, through text messages, or over calls, her responses tend to be quicker than normal. She doesn't leave long gaps in communication or act indifferent. Instead, she prioritizes interacting with you. This immediate engagement signals that you are on her mind, and she values the connection enough to respond promptly and consistently. Quick responses are a subtle but clear indicator that she is emotionally invested and open to further interaction. Beyond speed, the quality of her responses is telling. Women who are interested tend to put more effort into their words, tone, and body language. She listens attentively, reacts thoughtfully, and ensures that her contributions to the conversation feel meaningful. Compliments often emerge naturally in this context, ranging from acknowledging your appearance or style to appreciating your humor, intelligence, or personality. These positive reinforcements are more than casual politeness. They reflect a conscious effort to make you feel valued and noticed. The more genuine and specific the compliments, the stronger the indication that she is drawn to you. Warmth is another key element in her engagement. She uses a friendly, approachable, and inviting tone, whether spoken or written, which contrasts sharply with neutral or detached communication. Her warmth can manifest in laughter at your jokes, enthusiastic reactions to your ideas, or playful teasing that feels personal rather than generic. This level of emotional energy demonstrates that she enjoys interacting with you and is motivated to keep the conversation flowing. When combined with other signs of attraction, warmth becomes a strong signal that she wants to maintain and deepen the connection. Active engagement often includes asking questions that show curiosity about your life, thoughts, and feelings. She wants to know more about you, not superficially, but in ways that reveal your values, preferences, and personality. By asking follow-up questions, referencing previous conversations, or remembering small details, she communicates that she is paying attention and cares about the nuances of who you are. This effort signals that she is emotionally attuned to you, and it creates opportunities for a deeper bond to form over time. Her eagerness is often visible in her body language and actions as well. She leans forward when talking, maintains eye contact, smiles frequently, and mirrors your movements, all of which demonstrate investment and attentiveness. Even subtle behaviors like tilting her head while listening or adjusting her posture to stay engaged reinforce the idea that she wants to be present and connected. This combination of verbal and nonverbal cues makes it clear that she is not merely going through the motions of conversation, but is intentionally fostering closeness. Women who are interested will also prioritize continuity in interaction. She initiates contact, suggests plans, or follows up on previous conversations, ensuring that the connection does not fade. This proactive behavior shows that she is invested in maintaining a relationship with you and is willing to put in effort to sustain engagement. The willingness to invest time, energy, and attention is a clear reflection of attraction and interest. Finally, her effortful engagement extends to emotional responsiveness. She reacts to your moods, celebrates your successes, and offers support or encouragement when needed. By aligning her energy with yours, she demonstrates emotional synchronization, which is a strong precursor to both emotional and physical closeness. The combination of prompt responses, warmth, active participation, and consistent effort creates an unmistakable pattern that indicates she is interested in more than casual interaction.